Okay, so what I'd like to do now is start exploring the use of brushes in Illustrator. Now, what's interesting about brushes in Illustrator is that you can do a lot of different things with brushes. You have traditional brushes, and then you have a lot of other options when it comes to brushes. So we're gonna delete everything on the screen, and we're going to explore the use of brushes. So we're gonna pull out a new palette, window, brushes. Here's our brushes palette. And there's a bunch of different types of brushes that you can use. So the different categories are calligraphic, scatter, art, bristle, and pattern. Let's start with the calligraphic or calligraphy brush. A calligraphy brush is simply a nib, and I select the nib, I select my paintbrush, and then I paint on screen. Let's paint with a solid color instead of a fill. I change the size of the brush by choosing a different nib. Now, the interesting thing about this is that I can create my own calligraphy brush. If I click the tab up here for brushes, I choose new brush, and I select the type of brush I want to create. Notice that some of the brushes are grayed out. I cannot access them without doing a little bit of work ahead of time. We're going to start with the calligraphy brush. Click OK. So here's the menu for the calligraphy brush. So the first thing is I can change the brush shape by adjusting the roundness. I can alter the angle, and I can choose a size. So right now the brush is fixed in its dimension. I can make the brush have variables. So for instance, I can say the brush is random. So the angle of the brush will vary by a certain number of degrees. Same with the roundness. I can change the randomness of the brush by changing the roundness, and you'll see the brush changing. And then the size. I can choose the size of the brush, and I can make that a variation as well. After I've done that, I can name the brush. Click OK. And I've created a new calligraphy brush that I can paint with. And that's my calligraphy brush. Let's stop here, and then next we'll do some of the other brushes.